Have you ever stopped to think about the places you visit every single day, or those you look forward to going to, and considered if they might actually be silently working against your health and well-being? It's easy to assume that if a place is open to the public, it must be safe for everyone. But for those of us between 65 and 80, our bodies and needs are different. What might be an enjoyable outing for a younger person could secretly be a hazard, leading to falls, stress, or health complications that can truly diminish your quality of life and independence. Imagine a simple trip to the store turning into a hospital visit, or a relaxing stroll becoming a source of anxiety. It's a painful reality that many seniors face, often without realizing the underlying risks. The good news is, there's a simple secret to staying safer and healthier. It's not about isolating yourself or stopping all activities you enjoy, but rather about being aware and making smart choices. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 types of places that, while seemingly harmless, can pose significant dangers to your health if you're in the 65 to 80 age range. We'll talk about why they're risky and what you can do instead to protect yourself, ensuring you continue to live a vibrant, active life without unnecessary setbacks. Make sure you watch until the very end, because I have something that will truly surprise you, and it could change the way you think about your daily outings. So, let's dive right into our first type of dangerous place, one that many of us might frequent without a second thought: overly crowded, bustling environments. You think about those peak hours at a large shopping mall, a busy local market on a Saturday morning, or a major public transit hub during rush hour. These places, brimming with energy and people, can seem like the pulse of city life, but they often conceal hidden dangers for those of us in our golden years. The primary risk here is physical. With so many people moving quickly, the chances of being accidentally jostled, bumped, or even tripped are significantly higher. A slight push from someone rushing by can easily throw you off balance, leading to a fall. And as we know, falls for people over 65 can have serious, long-lasting consequences, from fractures to head injuries, often requiring lengthy recovery times that can severely impact your independence. Beyond the direct physical contact, the sheer volume of foot traffic can mean floors are slicker, debris is more common, and even the most well-intentioned person might not see you in their haste. Imagine navigating a busy supermarket aisle with your trolley, only to have someone suddenly cut in front of you, forcing a quick stop or swerve that puts you off balance. It's a subtle but constant threat. Then there's the germ factor. In densely packed spaces, airborne viruses and bacteria spread much more easily. While a common cold might be a nuisance for a younger person, for us, it can quickly escalate into something more severe like bronchitis or pneumonia, especially if we have underlying health conditions. Think about the last time you were in a crowded place and someone coughed or sneezed without covering their mouth. It's a stark reminder of how quickly germs can spread in these environments. And let's not forget the mental and emotional toll. The constant noise, the hurried pace, the need to be constantly vigilant can be incredibly stressful. This sensory overload can elevate blood pressure, increase anxiety levels, and lead to fatigue, making you more susceptible to errors or less able to react quickly if something unexpected happens. It's not just about avoiding a fall, it's about protecting your overall well-being. So, what can you do? It's not about becoming a hermit. Instead, think smart. Try to visit these places during off-peak hours, when they are significantly less crowded. Early mornings or late afternoons on weekdays are often ideal if you must go during a busy time. Consider going with a companion who can help navigate and be an extra pair of eyes, using a mobility aid, even if you don't always need one. Can also serve as a visible signal to others to give you more space. And remember, the rise of online shopping and local delivery services means many of your needs can be met without ever stepping foot into a bustling store. For groceries, for instance, many supermarkets now offer click and collect services where you just drive up and they load your car. It truly reduces the risk and the stress. Or explore smaller, local independent shops that might offer a quieter, more personal experience. When you are in a crowded place, take frequent breaks. Find a quiet spot to sit, and practice some deep breathing to calm your nervous system. Your peace of mind is just as important as your physical safety. Now, let's talk about our second type of dangerous place: areas with poor lighting or uneven, neglected pathways. This includes places like older public parks after dusk, sidewalks that haven't been properly maintained, or even dimly lit stairwells in older buildings, or your own garage, if it's cluttered and poorly lit. We often take walking surfaces for granted, assuming they are always safe and clear. But for us, a seemingly small crack in the pavement or a dimly lit step can become a major hazard. The danger here is obvious falls. Our vision naturally changes as we age, making it harder to discern uneven surfaces, distinguish steps, or see obstacles in low light. A small tree root pushing up through a sidewalk, a loose paving stone, or a discarded piece of rubbish can become invisible traps in the shadows. Imagine taking a walk in your local park as the sun begins to set. What was a pleasant stroll earlier in the day can quickly become a risky venture as shadows lengthen and details fade. You might not see that dip in the path or that fallen branch until it's too late. These types of falls can result in sprains, fractures, or even head injuries, which, as we discussed, can lead to a long and challenging recovery. Beyond just the direct physical risks of falling, poor lighting can also make us feel more vulnerable and less secure, particularly when alone. This can add an element of anxiety to what should be an enjoyable activity, like an evening walk. So, how do we navigate these environments safely? The most straightforward advice is to stick to well-lit, familiar paths, especially if you're out walking during times when light is fading. If you absolutely must be in a poorly lit area, make sure you carry a bright flashlight, even on your phone, to illuminate your path. This isn't just for seeing where you're going. It also makes you more visible to others. Like drivers, always wear supportive, non-slip shoes that give you good traction and stability. Those old, worn-out sneakers or flimsy sandals are an absolute no-go. Pay close attention to your surroundings, taking slow, deliberate steps and actively looking for hazards. If you notice persistent problems like broken paving stones or unlit areas in public spaces, report them to your local council or park authorities. They are there to maintain public safety for your own home. Ensure all stairwells are brightly lit and free of clutter. Consider motion sensor lights in your garage or outdoor pathways. And remember, sometimes an indoor walking track at a community center or a well-lit shopping center, during off-peak hours of course, can be a safer alternative for your daily exercise, allowing you to walk without the constant worry of unseen hazards. Protecting yourself from falls is one of the most proactive steps you can take to maintain your health and independence. Now that we've discussed the risks of crowded places and dimly lit paths, let's talk about another environment that might not immediately come to mind as dangerous, but which poses significant health risks: heavily polluted urban centers or active construction zones. While we might live in or regularly pass through cities, the air quality and general environment can be quite detrimental, especially as we age. Think about areas with constant heavy traffic, industrial activity, or ongoing building projects. The air in these places is often thick with exhaust fumes, fine particulate matter, and dust for our lungs, which may already be more sensitive or compromised by conditions like asthma or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Breathing this air can be incredibly damaging. It can exacerbate existing respiratory problems, lead to shortness of breath, coughing, and even increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes in the long term. It's not just an inconvenience, it's a direct threat to your cardiovascular and respiratory health. Beyond the air, there's the noise. Construction zones are notoriously loud, and even busy city streets generate a constant cacophony of car horns, sirens, and general hubbub. Prolonged exposure to high levels of noise can lead to elevated blood pressure, increased stress levels, and even contribute to hearing loss over time. It's exhausting and can leave you feeling drained and anxious. So, how do you protect yourself from these invisible threats? Firstly, make it a habit to check local air quality forecasts, especially on days when pollution levels are predicted to be high. Many weather apps and websites provide this information. On bad air days, consider limiting your time outdoors in heavily polluted areas. If you must be in such an environment, wearing a high-quality N95 mask can offer some protection against particulate matter. When planning your routes for walks or errands, try to choose paths that lead through greener spaces, like parks or quieter residential streets rather than main thoroughfares. These routes often offer cleaner air and a more peaceful experience for those living in areas perpetually affected by pollution. Investing in an air purifier for your home can make a significant difference indoors. Remember, you have the power to choose environments that support your breathing and reduce your stress. Next, let's consider unfamiliar or isolated natural environments without a companion or proper preparation. While the idea of a peaceful stroll through nature can be incredibly appealing, venturing into remote hiking trails, unpatrolled beaches, or large, dense forests without adequate planning can quickly turn from idyllic to incredibly dangerous. The primary risks here are getting lost or sustaining an injury without immediate help. As we age, our sense of direction might not be as sharp, and our ability to quickly recover from a trip or fall can be diminished. Imagine spraining an ankle on a remote trail with no cell phone signal and nobody knowing where you are. What started as a pleasant outing suddenly becomes a life-threatening situation. Natural environments also present unique hazards: uneven terrain, slippery rocks, sudden weather changes, and even wildlife. A sunny day can turn into a downpour in minutes, making trails slick and visibility poor. Without proper gear, like sturdy shoes and warm clothing, hypothermia can become a real risk. The solution isn't to avoid nature altogether, quite the opposite. Nature offers immense benefits for both physical and mental health. The key is to approach it with caution and preparation. Always stick to well-marked trails and paths. Never venture into truly isolated areas alone. Always inform someone reliable of your exact plans, where you're going, your route, and when you expect to return. Carry essentials: water, a fully charged phone, a small first aid kit, a whistle for signaling, and a snack. Check the weather forecast meticulously before you leave and be prepared to turn back if conditions changes. Consider joining organized walking groups or guided tours if you want to explore new natural areas. Being prepared means you can truly relax and enjoy the beauty of nature, rather than constantly worrying about potential dangers. Moving on to our fifth dangerous place: homes or buildings with significant unaddressed safety hazards. This might not be a public park or a busy mall, but it could be a friend's cluttered home, a relative's place with steep, narrow stairs that lack handrails, or even an old public building that hasn't been updated to modern safety standards. We often let our guard down in familiar or supposedly safe environments, but sometimes the very places we visit can harbor hidden dangers. Think about a home filled with clutter, stacks of magazines, loose wires, throw rugs that aren't secured. Each one of these is a potential tripping hazard. Steep, winding staircases without proper handrails are another major concern. Poor lighting in hallways, bathrooms, or basements can obscure obstacles and make it difficult to navigate safely. For us, these seemingly minor issues can have major consequences. A simple trip over an unsecured rug can lead to a broken hip. A fall down a dimly lit stairwell could result in a severe head injury. It's not about being impolite. It's about protecting your well-being. So, what can you do when visiting such a place? Your safety is paramount. If you notice a friend's home is cluttered, for instance, you might gently offer to help them clear some pathways or secure rugs. If stairs are a problem, try to limit your use of them or ask for assistance. Choose seating that is stable and easy to get in and out of. Be extra cautious. Take your time. And don't feel pressured to navigate risky areas. If a public building feels unsafe due to poor maintenance or lack of accessibility features, consider whether you truly need to be there, or if there's a safer alternative. And of course, if it's your own home, it's absolutely vital to address these hazards proactively. Declutter. Secure rugs. Install brighter lighting. Ensure handrails are sturdy. A safe home environment is the foundation of your independence. Finally, let's talk about high stress, overly stimulating or extremely loud venues for extended periods. While a lively concert, a bustling restaurant, or an exciting sports event might seem like fun, these environments can put undue strain on your health and well-being. The dangers here are less about physical falls and more about internal strain. Prolonged exposure to very loud noise can cause permanent hearing damage, something we should all be vigilant about protecting as we age. Beyond hearing, the constant high decibel levels, combined with bright flashing lights, large crowds, and the general frenetic energy can lead to sensory overload. This can manifest as elevated blood pressure, increased heart rate, anxiety, and extreme fatigue. It's not just uncomfortable, it's taxing on your cardiovascular and nervous systems. This kind of overstimulation can also lead to disorientation. The good news is, you don't have to become a recluse. It's all about moderation and smart choices. If you love music, consider attending matinee performances, classical concerts, or quieter jazz clubs. If dining out, choose restaurants known for their quieter ambiance, or opt for outdoor seating. When at a sporting event, perhaps pick seats further away from the main loudspeakers. And don't be afraid to wear ear protection, like discreet earplugs, especially at concerts or loud events. Many modern earplugs are designed to reduce noise levels without muffling the sound completely. Know your limits and don't feel pressured to stay longer than you're comfortable. Take frequent breaks, step outside for some fresh air, and listen to your body. Prioritizing your peace and well-being over pushing yourself too far will allow you to enjoy life's experiences more fully and for longer. We've covered a lot of ground today, looking at 6 types of environments that, while a part of our everyday lives, can pose hidden risks to our health and well-being as we age. We talked about the physical dangers and stress of navigating overly crowded places, and the fall risks hidden in poorly lit or uneven pathways. We then delved into the unseen threats of polluted urban centers and noisy construction zones, highlighting the impact on our respiratory and cardiovascular health. We also explored the potential for getting lost or injured in unfamiliar, isolated natural environments without proper planning, and the surprising hazards that can lurk in homes or buildings with unaddressed safety issues, even those belonging to friends or family. Finally, we discussed the toll that high stress, overly stimulating, or extremely loud venues can take on our hearing, anxiety levels, and overall energy. It might seem like a lot to think about, and perhaps a bit daunting, but I want to reassure you that this isn't about retreating from the world or becoming overly cautious. Quite the opposite. This is about empowerment through awareness. It's about recognizing that as our bodies change, our approach to different environments needs to adapt too. These aren't just warnings, they are invitations to live more intelligently, more safely, and ultimately, more fully. Remember, small, informed changes can make a truly monumental difference to your health, your happiness, and your continued independence. It's about taking control of your environment, rather than letting it control you. By understanding these risks, you're not limiting your life. You're expanding your ability to enjoy it safely. You're choosing to make proactive decisions that protect your precious independence and allow you to continue participating in the activities you love on your own terms. Instead of avoiding entire categories of places, you're learning how to navigate them more wisely, or find wonderful alternatives that offer the same joy with less risk. Perhaps instead of that peak hour supermarket trip, you're now embracing the convenience of online grocery delivery, freeing up your time and energy for something else you truly enjoy. Or instead of that dimly lit park at dusk, you're discovering a beautifully lit community path perfect for an evening stroll. These adaptations are not sacrifices. They are smart shifts towards a healthier, happier you. And now, for that surprise I promised you at the very beginning. You might have come into this video thinking the biggest danger lies purely in the external places themselves, the uneven pavement, the noisy crowds, the polluted air. But here's the surprising truth. The most dangerous place you can visit, or rather, the most dangerous state you can be in, is one of unawareness. The real danger isn't the place itself, but the lack of knowledge, preparation, or mindful adjustment to those places. When you are informed, when you understand the specific risks these environments pose for someone in your age group, you gain an incredible power. You gain the power to make conscious choices. You can choose to go at off-peak times, to wear the right shoes, to carry a flashlight, to check air quality, to bring a companion, or to simply choose a different, safer venue that brings you just as much, if not more, joy and peace. This awareness transforms these seemingly dangerous places. They become challenges that you are equipped to handle. or opportunities to find new, safer avenues for enjoyment and activity. So, the biggest surprise is that you already hold the key to mitigating most of these dangers, simply by being here, listening, and taking this information to heart. Your most powerful tool isn't a special gadget or a magic pill. It's your informed mind and your willingness to adapt. This realization should fill you with a sense of control and optimism, not fear. I truly hope this conversation has given you valuable insights and practical strategies to stay safer and healthier. Your experiences are invaluable, and I'd love to hear from you. Have you encountered any of these dangerous situations? What steps have you taken to protect yourself? Please share your thoughts, tips, and stories in the comments section below. Your wisdom could genuinely help someone else in our community. If you found this video helpful and believe it could benefit others, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. Liking the video helps more people discover this important information. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. I'm dedicated to bringing you more practical advice and inspiring conversations designed to help you live your best life at every age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Remember, every day is an opportunity to make choices that support your health, happiness, and independence. Embrace this knowledge, stay curious, and keep living life to its absolute fullest. You are strong, capable, and deserve to enjoy every moment safely. Live your best life at every age.